Hey there, this is Ordinary Alfred. We have another build we're calling the Drone Trap build. I've always wanted to make a trapper build. If you guys play any of the Monster Hunter games, there are two traps there called the Pitfall Trap and the Shock Trap. You set those things on the ground, then you lure the monster in. They fall through if it's the Pitfall Trap, or they get stunned if it's the Shock Trap. You can capture them, trigger bombs explode, or just lay out some good old-fashioned melee punishment while they're struggling to get free. It's a really fun way to play as it adds a lot of variety to what you can do in the game. Currently, we don't have such items or runes resembling those two traps and no rest for the wicked. The only trap we have is the Drone Trap rune. You can obtain this rune from Ilaria, this vendor right here. Here are some things you should take note of when using this rune. You can slap it on any weapon type, swords, wands, two-handers, bows, it doesn't matter, you can slot this rune in any weapon you want. The damage of this rune doesn't scale with the weapon, it scales with your character level. The higher your level is, the stronger this rune gets. Lastly, currently this rune does not crit. Alright, now that we've gotten those details out of the way, let's check out this rune. You can use this rune like a throwing weapon. You throw it towards an enemy, it will initially do physical damage on contact, then it will explode, dealing fire damage. Another way to use it is to set them on the ground, set a bunch of them to make a kill box, lure a big bad monster in, and boom! I find that really cool. That's what we're after, that's what this build is about. Alright, let's get into our build here. We're using a wand that scales with intelligence, Flame becomes us. I chose this wand because the name sounds cool and it suits the fire-based theme that I'm going for. I changed the runes to these four. Fire Dart, which I took from the Entwined Root wand. This rune is cast using stamina. It would look like you're shooting a pistol. This rune is our way to continue dealing fire damage when we don't have the means to cast the other focus-based runes. Next is the Awesome Firewall, which I took from the Molten Clutch wand. This is the primary rune we're using to deal with mobs and monsters that we won't be setting the Drone Trap kill box for. Last is the Firewalk, which is taken from the Fuse Coronet wand. This rune doesn't do much damage. It leaves a real cool trail of fire behind you everywhere you go. That's the only reason why I added this, it just looks really awesome. As for the facet, I chose Quick primarily just to speed up the cast speed of our runes. On the gem slot, I put in a Mottled Ruby to increase our fire damage by 10%. As for the enchantments, we have attack speed increased by a percentage of current durability and increased durability. These two enchantments improves the cast speed of our runes. We have Gain Health and Kill. You might be wondering why not Gain Health on Fatality. Well, apparently, our primary rune for killing monsters, the Firewall rune, enemies killed by its burning effect is considered on kill and not on fatality. The on fatality part only happens when enemies get hit and die immediately after casting. It's confusing, I know, but basically, enemies that get burned off due to the lingering effect of the firewall are classified as on kill and not on fatality. Since we will be killing basic monsters and using the burn effect of the Firewall rune, Gain Health on Kill is the better enchantment for this build. Next, we have Movement Speed increased after damage dealt with rune attacks. This one is really valuable as mobility is really important for this build. For the downside, lose focus on damage taken. On the offhand, we have the Eye of the Beholder. We're using the shield essentially as a stat booster. Max stamina increased by 15% to increase our stamina pool. Parry stamina cost reduced by 45%. Elemental resistance increased by 8% and gain 10% lifesteal. Now on to the armor. We're using all cloths since we won't be trading blows with the enemy. Our playstyle is about getting in and out quickly, and basically avoiding enemy attacks while we're burning the ground they're standing on. Starting with the facets, we have two Agiles, a Durable, and a Rapid. Agile on the helmet and pants to increase stamina recovery as we'll be hopping around a lot. We have Durable on the body armor to increase durability, and Rapid on the gloves to increase our cast speed. On the gem slots, I put in all medium skulls for health regeneration. We're using our health to cast rune attacks with this build, and these skulls are the primary way we gain our health back. On the enchantments, to increase our damage output, we have fire damage increased here on the helmet and pants. To enhance the burning effect of fire, we have burn buildup increase and critical chance increased against burning enemies here on the gloves. We also have burn damage increased here on the body armor. Since wands have a 40% base chance to crit and we have the enchantment critical hit chance increased against burning enemies, we should be able to output critical damage consistently. To further enhance that critical damage, we have increased critical damage here in the helmet and pants. Then for armored enemies, we added armor pen here on the pants. To further increase our health regeneration, we have gain 20 health regeneration here on the body armor. Healing increase at low focus here in the helmet, and healing increased by percentage of current durability, and durability increased here on the gloves. To make it cheaper to cast rune attacks, we have focus cost reduced here on the helmet. To give us some damage mitigation, we have damage resistance increased by a percentage of current durability, and durability increased here on the body armor. Since we'll be hopping around a lot to avoid getting hit, we have stamina cost reduced at low focus here on the pants. For the downsides, lose focus on damage taken and drain focus in combat. For the rings, we have the Ring of Determination, the Serendipity Ring, and the Willow Cap Ring. The Ring of Determination allows us to use health instead of focus to cast rune attacks. With patch 1, it now has the downside of focus cost increased by 20%. Why not the Battle Cry Ring? The Battle Cry Ring essentially does the same thing, but the downside is healing reduced by 20%. Since we rely on our health regeneration to cast rune attacks and basically to stay alive, the Battle Cry Ring is incompatible for this build since it will slow our health regeneration down. This becomes especially bad in outbreak zones where you can have modifiers that decreases healing and where enemies take less damage at high health. You'd have to cast more rune attacks to get them down, and you don't get your health back fast enough through health regeneration. Moving back, we have the Serendipity Ring, which further enhances our healing by 30%. And our third ring, the Willow Cap Ring, to increase our overall speed. Moving to our attributes, I put in 55 on health as we need a lot of health to continuously cast rune attacks, 17 on stamina to help with mobility, 42 on intelligence for our weapon and shield, and 13 on equip load to keep us at the lightweight category. Now let's go to the playstyle. In dealing with mobs and basic monsters, we can just use our firewall rune. We burn them up and we dodge away, we reposition accordingly, and then we burn them some more. If we're low on health, we use the Fire Dart rune to continue building burn damage while our health regenerates. In dealing with bosses, that's really the only time we'll be using the Drone Trap Kill Box. You can place about 108 to 115 of these traps. If you throw in more after you've reached the max, essentially you would be adding one and taking away one. How do you know you've reached the max? Before you set up the kill box, put a drone trap as a marker outside of the kill box zone. This is that marker right here. Once I reach the point that when I throw a drone trap and this marker disappears, like right here, I know that I've put in the max amount that can be placed. After setting up the kill box, for this specific battle against the Echo Knight, I use a flame scale oil to increase my fire damage further by 20%, and I consume a large vial of defense to reduce the amount of damage I'll possibly take. In the first phase of the battle while he's still in the horse, make sure you fight far away from the kill box as possible. It's easy enough to kill him, so we don't want the trap triggering during this time. The game plan here is basically to burn him with the firewall rune, dodge his attacks, reposition accordingly, and just continue burning him up. He should go down in no time. On the second phase, put yourself either in the middle of the drone trap kill box or behind it. Usually, the Echo Knight initially attacks with the lounging charging attack that you can parry. He'll trigger a lot of the drone trap, which will significantly reduce his health. Lay down some fireball during this time and dodge away. Then you just burn him with more fireballs until he's dead. That's it, folks. I hope you guys find this video helpful and entertaining. If you have feedback, suggestions, or concerns, feel free to drop them in the comment section below. Also, if you like my content, please subscribe. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you on the next one. Bye!